want to show you some jazz licks. Now, I've always learned licks. You know, licks are really important. They're shared amongst guitar players. It's fun. But you know what? The real benefit of learning a lick is really to get a good phrase kind of embedded in your fingers and in your noggin. So you'll find certain licks that might strike you good. You want to learn those, memorize them, get them in your fingers, and that's going to help your playing. Now, when you go out to play, doesn't mean you rattle off lick number 5 and number 12 and number this. It doesn't work that way. You kind of forget about it all, and they might sneak out in one way or another. So remember, improv is the reorganization of something you already know how to play. So you're going to learn these with the intent that they'll be reorganized at a later date. Now, the guitar I'm using is Hofner's New Age 5. It's an inexpensive jazz box. It's got all the real nice dimensions. It's got a body like an L5, a neck kind of like a 175. It's 25-inch scale. However, it's got a very modern look on the fretboard because it doesn't have any fret markers. Now, I've gone ahead and placed numbers on there just to make, I think, watching it a little bit easier. So anyway, let's get started. Here's the first lick. And you can think of it as around a D minor chord. And ending on a C. Let me show you close up. Starting here with the little finger on the 8th fret of the 2nd string. Then I'm hitting, this is the G. And you know, think of it around a D minor chord. So I'm starting on G, and that's the 4th. So I'm going G, then to C sharp, to D, to E. So the first part is, then I'm coming down here to an A, a C, and then an E flat here. And then E flat, D, C, B, little finger comes down here on the 4th string to an A flat, G, F, and resolving to an E. And it kind of goes around, resolves on a C major 9 or something like that. So you've got this sound. Now, once you've learned one of these licks, here's what I want you to do with it. First, memorize the lick, memorize the finger pattern. Next, right away, I want you to transpose it up a half step. You're thinking, gee, why do I want to do that? Number 1, this is how your fingers are going to memorize it. Number 2, this is how your ear is going to memorize it. So, play an E flat, minor 7, play the same lick. Just everything up a half step. Remember, you don't want to memorize frets. That's only to explain something to somebody or to show it. You want to memorize finger movement. Then E minor. Resolve it to D. Remember, this is a kind of like a 2-5-1 change lick. So in other words, E minor, A 13 to D major 9, something like that. Another half step. You get the idea? That's real important. Play it up and down the neck. And if you would do that right away, you'll memorize it 10 times faster than just trying to play it down here a few times. So try to do that with all of the licks. Okay, let's move on to number 2. Let me play you lick number 2. And it kind of ends around a C major 11. So once again, we're around a D minor chord.